Welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome aboard, passengers. Welcome to MegaSim. This is MegaSim. Hello. It's a bit of a overcast day today, so I thought I'd stick that on the weather and go through a little bit around a recap of the Q&A that happened with Dovetail Games with Sam and Matt, because I know that it was an hour and a half and there were quite a few big points that I just wanted to bring out ready for today. You know, keep it short and sweet-ish, but you know, a lot less than the hour and a half that they had. So they said that there were a lot of questions that came in from everyone. When they started talking about routes and things, they wanted to split them up into individual Q&A sessions. So unfortunately we don't get to hear about the Bakerloo line, and we've finally kicked in, so let's just sit down. So they were talking about doing individual Q&As. We're at Hagen today on our way to Finnentrop, so hopefully this will be good. But anyway, so they're going to be doing single Q&A sessions for that, but they went into a little bit more detail of other things, so let's have a look at that today. So first of all, the first question was, how much is Transom World 2? And they have said that it is £24 and 99 pence. £24.99, which, you know, I don't think is too bad. I was thinking up to 40 quid. So yeah, I don't think that was too bad. Now, whilst I'm rambling on, I totally forgot to check what that would be in dollars. So as I look through, if I just type in the US on there, so we can just see what they've got down as the routes. So routes come down at $30, $29.99, or £25, which again I don't think is too bad. They said that they didn't have an upgrade feature, and they hadn't thought of that. For us current users of Transom World, we haven't been told that there is an upgrade that we can use at a cheaper price. They're going to be looking into that. Now, some of the main things that they looked at were the Livery Planner. Okay, so the Livery Planner is something that a lot of people have been asking. Well, first of all, they said the Livery Planner and the Scenario Planner is not shareable. The reason why is they couldn't get it to work on all three devices, PC, PS4 and Xbox One. So they decided to not do it until they are able to. But it was a definite no. They were saying no's, they weren't saying maybes, things like that, because that can get into muddy water in, you know, over-promising things. So they said no at the moment. But let's have a look at the Livery Planner. So the Livery Planner, they said, if you want an ICE train in pink or in blue or in red as a simple colour to start with, you can choose it as your train, but you can't have any of the other colours except the original. So if you decided to go for the pink train and you have the pink train, all the AI trains will be a mixture of the ICE normal colours, the DB colours, or the pink. There won't be the blue, the yellows, etc. But that changes in a minute when we talk about a scenario plan. Sorry, excuse me. But also what they said is the designing of it, you can have shapes and letters and things like that. Now they haven't said about skins where you can import photos. I think that would be quite cool, importing an image, especially a logo that you want, but I think the issue they may have with that is the copyright. So if you had a big image that is copyrighted, you know, I know some people have been saying about putting logos of different things on there, it may get a bit tricky when you start putting on logos that shouldn't be in there because they've not got the rights to do that. So letters and things like that. But they have said that they can have up to 500 layers, which is amazing. Now, with those 500 layers, they are able to squeeze it into one layer when it is built. So when you're creating it, you have up to 500 layers to put as much as you want on this train, but when you save it and it goes into the train game, into the train sim world, it is one layer, so it doesn't mess with the graphics and with the processing power, which is good. That is really good. So you could have a really epic train sim world Bakerloo Line 1972 Mark II train, but it will only be one layer, which is great, so you can see it zooming past, which is amazing. Forgot to mention on that as well, the Livery Planner and the Scenario Planner are only for Train Sim World 2, not for Train Sim World 1, not for Train Sim World or Train Sim World 2020, it's only for the second gen. So if you want this, the Ruhr Sieg Nord or the Class 166, you can't do that, unfortunately, at the moment. So what we've got here is we've got the Livery Planner, which sounds amazing. You know, that sounds really good. Let's move over, because there's a bit of skipping. There's quite a lot of skipping over there. I don't know if you get to see that. So when we come down to the Scenario Planner, now everyone thought it was quick drive. It was quite simple. It kind of just got you to the station. But I think Scenario Planner is a lot better than we all thought. As an example, they said that, you know, it takes a few minutes to set up. What you do is you choose your train, you choose the route, you choose your start and end point, and you choose what stations you want to stop at. So if you had a map of the London Underground and the Bakerloo line, you could start at one point and at the other point and have 2 or 3 stops in between. It is your choice, and you get to control the AI as well, because you do exactly the same thing as what we've just said, but for the AIs, and then you choose them. Now, one cool thing that they did mention, which I hope is correct, but they did say it, is with the Scenario Planner, you can choose what livery each train has. So if you have 10 different Bakerloo line liveries, you could be one, and you could have the other 9, or however many, as the other 9 that you have created. That is cool. That is cool. They have also stated that trains will be crossed over. This is Train Sim World 2, remember, not Train Sim World 1, Train Sim World 2. If you want the diesels going on the London Underground, yes, it will clip, but you can do it. I guess that's not going to be the case. I don't think you can have an American freight train that's going to be on the London Underground. They may remove that, because you're clipping the platforms and the tunnels, and it's just going to look awful. And also the gauge, you know, all that side of things, you're just going to have issues. But principle at the moment, they have said that you could have that as long as you have the right pickup. Pickup meaning the Bakerloo line has a third rail, the ICE, and the Talent 2 has overhead, and the American the Sandpatch has diesel engines. So maybe they'll do something, you know, do you remember Microsoft Train Simulator, where you could have, you know, all the trains running on different lines? That's cool. They said maybe it's going to be electric versus diesel, or it could be split into overhead third rail diesel for now. But yeah, that's something in the future that we will find out with regards to that. So yes, Scenario Planner sounds really good. It sounds a lot more than Quick Drive. It sounds a lot more epic than that. But yeah, I think that's a good one. So they were reminding us that Train Sim World 2020 does not have all the new features that you do get with Train Sim World 2, maybe the HUD, things like that. But they did say that the reason why that they didn't want to migrate the save data was because of the graphics and, you know, the Unreal Engine and things like that they've been using. I personally believe that maybe what they did is when they were trying to transition it, it was a bit buggy, especially with the new Unreal Engine, and they didn't want the data to be lost. So I think that's what they've kind of done. They've managed to get the trains and routes over, but the save data was a bit hit and miss. So I think they've done the safe option and set it at that. But one question I do have is, they said that you can use the same routes. Do you have to download them once or twice? That's a question that I have. I'm going to be putting that towards them, to them. Do you have to download the Ruhr Sieg Nord twice for it to work? Now, one thing they did mention again with regards to Train Sim World 2020 routes, they are not cross-platform. You cannot use, so I've got this Ruhr Sieg Nord on my PS4, I cannot use it on my Xbox One because I bought it on the PS4. So that's okay. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now, there's plenty of other things to talk about, you know, within what they said around the Unreal Engine, where they've upgraded it so it's a lot better, and the smoothness of the game. Now, they did talk about dynamic skies. Now, everyone, even myself, thought of dynamic weather, where lightning, thunder, you know, changing the weather during the, you know, during the game, so it would go sunny then cloudy. No, dynamic skies is 3 layers of skies which are constantly moving. At the moment, as you can see up here, we've got 1 layer of sky that never moves. Whereas now the dynamic skies have up to 3 layers which will move, so you will see a difference in the clouds in that way. And also it will take into consideration sunrise, sunset, different times of the day. So at sunset, the clouds will have a nice glow to them, which is nice. But, you know, they had other few things around level crossings and things like that. But I think these are like the main points that we need to bring out at the moment from the Q&A. Is the dynamic skies, the scenario builder, the scenario planner, the livery planner, and the price. The price. As I said, $24.99. I think that's a good price. One question I do have is, will it be on Game Pass? Not that I've got Game Pass, but you know, I would like to get Transom World 2 on the PS4 and the Xbox One S, just because I've got some roots on there, and it'd be nice to have both on there. One question I do have is the 4K support. Where is the 4K support? Because I said that the graphics aren't going to be made better, but the 4K support is there, but they didn't mention it. So I'm, you know, looking forward to seeing a bit more around that. But yeah, that is pretty much in a nutshell what they were saying. I can't wait for the Q&A about the Bakerloo line, so we can hear more about that. What they are going to do with the Bakerloo line, what trains are going to be involved in it, is there going to be extra traffic, things like that. But no, leave a comment below if you have any other questions that we can potentially collate and send over to Dovetail Games so they can do it on the next Q&A. And if there are any questions that you have that I know the answer to from the Q&A, or other things that, you know, maybe I'm saying my opinion because I don't work with Dovetail Games, so I can say my opinion of what I think. But yeah, you know, send some questions over. I've had some really good ones, comments and questions from our original first look at the Transom World News, Transom World 2 News. So yeah, thank you so much for my new subscribers and all the views. You know, it's pretty epic. I didn't think it would, you know, explode like that as much as it did, but I know it's quite small in comparison to some other YouTubers, but it's really fun doing this. I do enjoy doing it, and you know, as soon as we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can do even more comments and messaging and things like that. We've got a lot more play with the Xbox, or not with the Xbox, with YouTube, or what we can do. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to do that. You know, following on in my journey on Transom World. Not sure what's happening next week about the Class 20. I keep asking to get Tees Valley reduced, so I can get that, and then I can get Class 20. So I'm in an ironing about that at the moment, because it is 25 quid plus 11.99, 12 quid, and then there's the 25 quid in 2 months' time. You know, with this time at the moment, I'm, you know, as well as, you know, trying to make sure that we get good content, I enjoy myself with the new trains and things, I still need to keep an eye on the pennies. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. So that would be good to see you guys, girls on there, you know, in that way, and passengers on there. So don't forget that. Don't forget to like this video if you have enjoyed it. Leave a comment, subscribe for more videos, ring that notification bell, ding 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 ding. I will give you a little teaser for tomorrow. Great Western Express tomorrow. Secret routes. Secret routes. So this is something where on the consoles there are routes that are missing, and we go through how to get them. So not clickbait. This is real. Console There are routes for the Great Western Express that do not work. I believe they do on the PC, but not the console. But there is a workaround to get them to work. So, don't go looking on the forums because you'll find out. But wait till tomorrow, where our video will be there. And we'll be able to have a closer look at that. That would be pretty cool. And we are at Letmathe. Do we have a driver? Oh, thank goodness we did. Okay. What is the time anyway? Okay. So that one's going to be there for quite a while. So, thank you so much for watching. And, you know, we'll see you again tomorrow. Again, I am dating this video because it is about the Q&A. It is Friday, the 12th of June. But it's good to, you know, have a recap on what was mentioned on there. And yeah, what we'll do is we will see you again tomorrow for another episode. Don't forget, it is June, so we've got 4 episodes each week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got some good ones coming up. I'm going to try and do a little bit more of the routes that I haven't done much over the next few weeks, especially with Transom World coming along. I want to make sure... Oh, it's pretty quiet down here. Here we go. So let's watch that lead. But yeah, thank you so much for all these subscribers and things that have been going on. And we will see you next time. As I said, yeah, we're going to try and make sure that we get enough, you know, views and things like that, especially with Transom World 2 coming out. We want to make sure that that goes well with us. There goes our train. Thank you again, guys. Have a great day, and yeah, we'll see you again next time. Mega Sim, the vlog is over. Hey, thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.